When I first started looking into Disney XD's new DuckTales series, it was because the show was clearly rebooting not just the original 1980s cartoon, but readapting the original comics too. It borrows elements from both and enriches them with new ideas and modern takes on the characters. This makes it pretty exciting to watch. When an episode calls out something that fans love from the old comics, it's a real treat. It's like sharing a special in-joke with the creators of the show. It feels like it's them sharing their fandom with us. And to me, The House of the Lucky Gander is one of the episodes that does that, because it's a story that focuses in on a lesser-known character, Uncle Scrooge's so-called other nephew, Gladstone Gander. Gladstone isn't exactly an obscure character, but if you only ever saw the original DuckTales cartoon, you saw a slightly more friendly version of him. That's not saying he's a villain. In the comics, Gladstone was never a bad guy, but he often was an antagonist. Someone Uncle Scrooge and Donald Duck mutually resented. You see, the whole point of Gladstone is that he's the luckiest person alive. Something Scrooge resents because he feels like everybody should make their own luck through hard work and determination. And something Donald resents because Donald's the unluckiest person in Duckburg. I mean, after all, it's in his theme song.
Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck.
Gladstone's luck, on the other hand, makes him an arrogant and almost rude character. But he's also chock full of charisma. It's hard not to like him. He's generous, fun, and so lighthearted. He's the living embodiment of the thrill of winning the lottery. Still, it's hard not to see why Scrooge and Donald are annoyed with him. Gladstone openly mocks Scrooge's values and how hard he's worked to get where he is. And at the same time, Huey, Dewey, and Louie idolize Uncle Gladstone for being fun and charming, when it's their Uncle Donald who's worked so hard to take care of the triplets all these years. So when Gladstone calls for Scrooge and Donald to help him out in the House of the Lucky Gander, the two are kind of reluctant to come to his aid. Scrooge would rather be seeking out adventure than visiting a Vegas-like casino city. And Donald is still bitter about living in Gladstone's shadow when they were growing up. Which is adorable, by the way. It's great to see Donald as a little kid with little Gladstone. I love it. But anyway, the kids insist. Gladstone is family, and he needs their help. So, off they go. Despite the brief build-up, pretty soon after they arrive, it seems like Gladstone isn't in trouble at all. He just needs help spending all the money he won at the casino. There's a little more to the story than just that, but for most of the episode, yeah, that's kind of it. It's just a setup for a bunch of fun gags that shows the contrast between Gladstone effortlessly winning every casino game he stumbles across and Donald's miserable failures.
Oh man, Uncle Donald's gotta be the unluckiest duck in the world.
There's also a lot of good jokes about Scrooge simply trying to leave the casino to go on a real adventure, but he's always getting lost in this maze of entertainment designed to keep him there spending money.
They try to trap you here, so you'll spend all your time and money on cheap thrills.
That sounds a little silly, but if you've ever been to the Las Vegas Strip, it's totally true. It's really easy to get lost in the network of casinos there, and it's hard to make your way outside. As for Macau itself, we don't actually get to see a lot of the city, but there's a lot of fun references here. From the fountain show that Huey is obsessed with, aping the water spectacles of Vegas, to the background art of the episode calling out to the facade of the Paris-Las Vegas casino. The whole episode is a lot of fun, in fact, to the extent that the actual plot of the episode kinda doesn't kick in until almost the end. The last 5 minutes of this episode are packed with danger, adventure, and challenge. But until you reach the episode's big reveal, it's kinda just a lighthearted day with the show's characters. I'm okay with that. When it does get to that ending though, it really makes the most of it. Not only putting Gladstone and Donald through a Super Mario 64-esque obstacle course, and I mean seriously, I'd love to play this level in a video game, but also not missing a beat and using its characters well. When Donald feels down and out and is ready to just give up on life, Louie doubles down on what makes Donald Duck a great adventurer in the first place.
Come on, Uncle Donald! So you have the worst luck in the world! Who cares? No matter how bad things get, like really, really bad, you keep going. It's kind of ridiculous. You never had the common sense to give up before. Why start now?
That's not just a great Donald moment, but those are words to live by. Stay determined. Don't give up. Be as stubborn as Donald Duck. I love it. This episode also has one of my favorite moments with the kids. When they're checking out Gladstone's room, Webby runs to the window and does this.
Guys, try this! It feels like you're falling, but you're not!
I like this moment because that's how kids really are. They're in a fancy high roller suite in a giant casino, but the thing that impresses them most is leaning against the window in a funny way. That's just childish, fun, and realistic. That's how kids really are. Finally, I want to talk briefly about Launchpad. In my last video, I was a little annoyed that he was being too silly and too dumb for my taste. But in this episode, I think he's perfect. He's in just 2 scenes in the beginning and the end of the episode, and you barely see him. But those scenes imply he went off on his own great adventure, a quest to save an old girlfriend.
I'm coming for you, Z.
It's short and vague, but I kinda love it. And though I could be wrong, I think this is a light, fun reference to 00 Duck, a classic DuckTales episode that put Launchpad in the role of a secret agent. Even if it's not, it's a fun joke, and it's a great way to cap off the episode. That's it for today, guys. There's only a few more episodes left of these reviews before I catch up with the actual series, to where it is right now. So stick with me, stay tuned, and let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see after I catch up to the show. Until then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to, and as always, take it easy, Internet.